Hey everyone, so today I'm going to do a review on the Maybelline Nudes palette. So I have had this palette for a few weeks now, and I must say it's a very good palette. I was really surprised on the quality of this palette. This retail for $32, I believe. You can get this from Farmers, or I'm pretty sure Makeup Decoded NZ as well as Beauty Blast sells them, I think. But to be honest with you, I was really hoping I like this palette because of the black shade there. The way I do my eye makeup, I like it with black just because I like to smoke out my makeup, but I always use black and never go without a smoky eye without black, if that makes sense. But I really like it. I will do a close-up of the swatches I did so you can get a better look at this palette. So, what do I think of this? Well, to be fair, it's a good palette for the price. To be honest with you, this is probably one of my favorite palettes to use now. I usually use two different palettes to create the smoky eyes just because one palette doesn't have the colors that I want, so I need to use two palettes to have all the colors I need for my smoky eyes. But for this palette, I actually only need this palette to create the smoky eyes that I actually do for my eyes. So the consistency is actually pretty good. It blends really well. I personally haven't had issues with fallouts. I don't know if it does with other people, but I don't actually rub my brush onto it so hard, so I'm guessing that's the reason why I don't get a lot of fallouts. But when you use a lot of palettes and when you dip your brush onto it, you know when you get a lot of palettes. When you just put the brush on the palette and then it just sort of scattered powder all over it. But this didn't. So no fallout. Very pigmented. It's not super pigmented, but it's pigmented enough that you can definitely see on the eyelid when you put it on. I do conceal my eyelid way before I put any eyeshadow on. I've never tried it without it, so I don't know how it's going to work without a concealer on your eyelid. The black wasn't as pigmented when I swatched it on my hand, but when I actually applied it on my eyelid, it's actually quite good of a black color. It's matte and it's very blendable. I get very scared using a black eyeshadow sometimes just because if you put way too much on your eyelid, it's so hard to blend, so you have to sort of gradually apply black shadow on your lid and then blend it as you go. But this one, it's no issues whatsoever. But like I said, I concealed my eyelid way before I apply eyeshadow, so it might be different if you didn't, but I have no issues with the shadow whatsoever. The packaging is quite cute. I quite like the fact that when you actually close it, it clicks, so I know that it actually is secured and it's not gonna like get smashed all over my bag if I put it in my bag. I have used this palette on my clients for one makeup look, and honestly I don't even need to use all my eyeshadow. I just go for this one, so it's pretty good. So this palette comes in 12 shadow, so it has 6 to 7 matte shades, and you have about 5 shimmer. They do have some picture at the back to show you exactly how you can use it. So they put colors that would work well together. So you've got 12, so you can create 3 different looks. Do a quad, so you can use this 4 colors, that 4 colors, and that 4 colors. Or you can do a trio where you can use this 3 color here, and there, and there. Or you can do 2. If you are into a natural no eye makeup look, then you can use like 2 eyeshadow all the time. So it's a pretty good eyeshadow. I definitely highly recommend this. I mean, what else can you want in the palette? It's neutral, it has black eyeshadow, which what you need on any palette that you have. It's very affordable. I mean, to me, from a drugstore makeup, I think it's a very good palette, especially for those who are starting out. It's definitely travel friendly. It's the one that I've been using pretty much anytime I go away on the weekends, and it honestly makes such a difference because then that means I don't have to use more than one palette to take away. So I've been wearing this pretty much every single day. I have no issue of it fading out or anything like that. I mean, it doesn't last long on underneath my waterline. I've always had that issue. But apart from that, on my eyelid, I have no issue whatsoever. It lasts all day. It's easy to blend. and there's no fallout when I do it. Just make sure you tap your brush every time you obviously apply any eyeshadow on your eyelid. It has less fallouts that way, but this one has no fallout. It's not powdery, it's very soft, so it's nice, soft and blendable. It's pigmented enough that you can see it on your lid, but it's not so pigmented that it's not going to blend well. I do highly recommend this for any beginners, especially for any makeup artists that want to own a palette but don't want to spend too much money on hundreds of palettes. This is definitely a go-to makeup palette for anyone, so I definitely highly recommend this. I hope you enjoyed the review on the Maybelline the Nude palettes, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't done so. And until next time, I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye! Foundation, very good for beginners who are still trying to find the foundation